Hi Taylor. So this is a general reading for you from Rena. So let's see what happens. I am going to pause in between my decks just so that you're aware. This is yours to keep. You can do with it as you wish. I have my computer here, so I'm going to focus on your email that she gave me, and that's where I'm going to get your energy from. So every card reader is a little bit different. I'm an intuitive empath, so basically how my cards come out for me, it comes out like past, present, and future. However, the future is not set in stone. As soon as you start making decisions, then things may change, okay? Also, again, I would recommend to watch it by yourself first, and then if you wish to share it, you're more than welcome to. It's totally up to you. You can rewatch it as many times as you want. You can come back to it if you wish. That's totally up to you. So with this one, I use 3 or more decks with, but again, it just kind of depends on what I'm drawn to. But let's see. And I do cleanse in between my readings. If you're seeing kind of wafty stuff, it's just my incense, just as a heads up. Oh, I need to start my music. Just give me 1 sec. There we go. I usually have this going on in the background too. It just kind of, I don't know, it's just something that I've been doing for the past little while. All right. So let's see what comes out. If you could let me know how this resonates with you as well, that would be helpful. Just, I like knowing that I have the right energy. If it's not resonating with you at all, then you just need to let me know, and then I can redo a reading for you, which has happened. I'm human. Holy, that was aggressive. And yes, I do take my jumper cards. Some readers don't, but that's just how I communicate with my guides. There's one more thing that needs to come out. There it is. You like the different seasons. You like the changes of the seasons, don't you? All right. The first card that came out, it kind of sets the tone of my reading. It was the air sign. So as I'm saying this can represent a few different things. I think that you do have air in your chart. So Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Whether that be one of your big 3. So when I say your big 3, it's like your sun, your moon, or your rising. The only way that you can get your rising sign, if you're not aware, is by knowing your exact birthday with your time, and then you can figure out what your rising sign is. So I think this has a lot to do with it. But notice the leaf, how there's a heart in it. You're a very loving individual, but you're having a hard time. You're kind of struggling with things, or you did a little bit ago. You're trying to stay positive, and I'm getting huge goosebumps, but you're having a hard time with stuff going on. I think that you're having a lot of like winter blues kind of stuff going on. I know a lot of people do have that going on right now, since it's like January and December, and it's been kind of a weird year, but I think it's hitting you more than what it normally does. Trance came out next. So this is about like your intuition, your dreaming. This is also about like meditation kind of states. Do you kind of catch yourself kind of disconnecting a little bit from conversations, and you're kind of dreaming and drifting a little bit, like more than usual? I think this has happened to you in the past and is still continuing to happen. And notice how the incense is really coming over now. This is crazy. But I think that you might even be dreaming a lot more, having very vivid dreams. This can mean one of 2 things. Either you are manifesting things and things are coming to fruition, because normally when you're manifesting and things are going to come about with your manifestations, there is going to be some sort of disruption in your life, and like a big thing that's going to be happening possibly, or happened, that triggered you a lot. And then also the dreaming, you tend to have a lot of vivid dreams. Possibly some individuals have come back into your life, or you have cut off people from your life because you're like, that's not for me anymore. You're toxic to me. I'm done. So this means a lot, but I think that you're leveling up, and you've been trying to level up, but you're just struggling right now because, again, anytime that you are manifesting and it's coming to fruition, it needs to have room for it to come in. okay? Life can't stay the same if you want it to change, okay? So laugh came out next. This is about finding humor, making light. Life is too short. This is about, again, kind of, you're stuck. You're kind of stagnant. You're just kind of going through the motions of things. You don't feel like yourself right now. Okay, so you got to remember to bring joy into yourself and look after yourself. You are a warrior, okay? You are a light bringer. You bring strength to other individuals, whether you know it or not. And you bring a light to people, and you just have that peacefulness about you, okay? But you're still longing for something. There's still some sort of separation going on. So I feel like there's still something missing, that you kind of just need that missing puzzle piece, because you see it where you're going. It's in the distance, but you're just missing some of the signs, I think. So you're kind of at a crossroads right now. So you're stuck, you're stagnant, you're in the middle of the crossroad, and there's different pathways that you can choose to get to your end result. You just have to decide what pathway to go. And I think that a lot of it, you're stuck up here because forgiveness came out. Forgiveness came out. You got to show compassion towards yourself. I think you beat up yourself a lot, and you have some negative thoughts impacting things. Like attracts like. So you have to remember that negative attracts negative, positive attracts positive. This goes for your thought patterns as well, okay? So you need to have empathy towards yourself. You need to have grace towards yourself. Learn from the past. You can reflect on the past, but don't stay in the past. So I have a feeling that you're doing this a lot more, and you have to forgive yourself so that you can move forward and start that healing journey. Fire came out next. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I don't think you have fire. But I think that it's more of like that little spark, that little aha moment of recognition. And once you start seeing the little changes in yourself, so stopping those negative self-talking, stop the negative patterns, and rearranging things and really focusing on exactly what you want to get your energy unstuck, to get you moving in the right direction again, and knowing your true self on where you're going. I think the dream aspect is from your guides trying to get you to know where to go. Start paying attention to your dreams. So try and keep a dream journal if you can, and go from there. So I'm not a dream interpreter, but some of the things that you should watch out for is if it's very, very vivid, try and remember as much as you can. So where were you? What were you doing? Who were you with? And if there's anything in the dream that's standing out. So whether it be an object, whether it be foliage, whether it be something else, that can be important as well. The other thing too is, were you looking at it through your eyes, or were you looking at it from above? That has an influence on it as well. So whatever this spark is, this fire is going to kind of get your butt in gear and get your momentum going, okay? But only you can do this, and I think that is going to be coming soon because it's towards the end of this deck. Courting came out next, and it came out with Sparkle. By the way, the card that flew out like crazy, that was the Forgiveness card. By the way, it aggressively came out. So you are really beating yourself up over something, and I don't know what it is. So the courting is about, again, just kind of taking time out. Just kind of, if you are with somebody, just kind of, again, it's a give and take factor. Make sure that you're respecting boundaries and they're respecting your boundaries. But at the same time, I think this is more about like self-love and just kind of, again, slow down, look after yourself. And with the Sparkle, this is about building your confidence, having that glow up within yourself. It's also about investing in yourself. Okay, so having those little timeout moments and just bringing that little bit of a spark back. And then you need to remember to ground yourself too. So Earth came out. You have 3 of the signs. The only one that's not out is water. So Earth, I think that this, again, you could have Earth in your chart too. I feel like you're very grounded, but you don't feel grounded. If you're an Earth sign and you're trying to ground, Earth signs are naturally grounded. So if you're trying to ground when you're already ground, you're going to be digging yourself into a hole. So just be cautious of that if you have a lot of Earth in your chart. So this, to me, is about the wall. I think you're a little stubborn too. Are you stubborn with certain things? Yeah, I'm looking at you. So anyway, the wall, I feel like you have high boundaries around you with certain individuals, which is cool, okay? But don't view them like stone walls. View them like doorways. If you set a boundary and somebody crosses that boundary, you're in charge of the door. Doors are a lot easier to open and close than what walls are to build and crumble and take down, right? So try and visualize it like a doorway. You're in charge of the door. You can open it up to let people in as much as you want. You can swing it wide open. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. It's your door. Now, if they cross it, you can slam it shut or you can creak it shut. It's totally up to you. It's your doorway. But I think that might help you as well, because I think there's a lot of boundaries and things that you're blocking yourself from. This isn't necessarily with other individuals. It could be, but I think this is mainly yourself. You are stopping yourself. You are that big wall. Okay? So if there's an obstacle in your way and you're having a hard time with it, that's why you're stuck. Okay, then you need to kind of figure out why you're stuck and why you're throwing up such a huge wall. Try and visualize it like a door, okay? Because I think that the bottom of the deck is kind of futuristic too. You have false twin flame. Now, this isn't about this. This isn't about this. This is more about a karma, okay, or third-party influence. So there's something that's influencing you to stay like this. So I don't know, again, if it's like the winter pattern that we're going through right now, or if it's an individual, or if it's work, or if it's something else. Bring something back into your life that brings you joy. I think it's a hobby. Some sort of hobby that you used to do that you might have been thinking about redoing or getting into. I think that that's going to really help you, okay, to get you back on track. Let me grab another deck. One sec. I have no idea why, but the name Trina came to mind. I have no idea if that means anything to you, but as I started shuffling this, Trina came to mind, or Katrina, something like that. I don't know. That's never really happened to me before, so I'm just curious about that. But anyway, I'm just shuffling away. Let's see what comes out with this one. The reason why I do a few decks normally is to try and see if there's any repeating patterns to make sure that I have the right energy. Whoa. This deck has a lot to say. Oh, okay. You're stuck in your head. Yeah. You're definitely stuck in your head. You're overthinking things. You're overanalyzing things. You're like thinking about the worst case scenario ever. And I think that's how you've always kind of been. But it's been more so lately that you're psyching yourself out. You're psyching yourself out. Okay, we got a lot of cards. Okay, the first card that came out was Deception and Temptation in reverse. So something might be tempting you, or something that was tempting you previously, because again, this is the start of this first deck, but you were kind of concerned that it was deceiving you a little bit. So you kind of just had your suspicions about it and just kind of were like, I don't know. And you rejected whatever this decision was. So there's a little bit of rejection, loss, and kind of you seem like there's a little piece of yourself missing from whoever or whatever this situation was. I think it has something to do with your family. I don't know if you are actually separated, but longing and separation came out in reverse. So this is possibly about this individual that you just feel like a little piece of you is missing, that you gave a ton to this individual, but you're just beating yourself up over it. You're stuck in your thoughts. You're isolating yourself. This came out sideways. When it comes out like this, it's like it's an upright, but it's like past, present, and future. So you've been stuck in your thought patterns and your way of thinking for a long time, and it is going to continue because of this going sideways. So you are kind of cutting yourself off because of this hurt. That's why we had the healing card, and that's why I had the big wall card in the last deck, okay? You're trying to heal, and you're trying to heal your inner child. Are you doing shadow work? Have you heard the term shadow work? Shadow work is by trying to reflect on your past self to heal from your past wounds. If you are doing this, I have a feeling it's triggering you. Put it aside for a bit until you are ready for it. Sometimes shadow work is too much for someone. So when you are healing, and especially your inner child, okay, that's a lot of shadow work going on. You've been doing it past, present, and future, but you might be inhibiting some things too while you're doing this because you're re-triggering yourself from past events. You need to bring out some more masculine energy. Everybody has masculine energy. Everybody has feminine energy. Your feminine energy is about like motherly, caring, nurturing, wanting to help. Your warrior card, like your first deck. Okay, this masculine energy is about like rugged, rough, tough, kind of standing up for yourself, not being a pushover, and standing up to yourself for what you believe in that's right. Okay, and not giving in to other people's needs and wants and things like that. Now, you got to balance it out. However, there's always going to be one side that's going to outweigh the other, okay? It can't be perfectly balanced. But I think that you need to bring out a little bit more of this masculine, rugged, rough, and tough energy to get through what you're going through. A little bit of self-love, rough and tough, okay? Now, you need to remember something. I think it's your dreams, okay? Going back to the dream card. And this is going to help you awaken a little bit. You're going to be going through a spiritual awakening. I know you're not going to like it. Because anytime we go through a leveling up, especially with the spiritual nature, it feels like you've been slingshotted. Okay, so it feels like you've been pulled back so tight and everything's going in the wrong direction, okay, or stuck. And then when you finally feel like you can't take it anymore, the slingshot goes and then you spring forward. So I have a feeling that once you get through all of the crap that's going on and get things kind of sorted here, even writing in a journal will probably help you get your thoughts out of yourself to kind of see it on paper, right? As if no one's going to read it, okay? Just to get it out, all right? And then once it starts kind of slowly going, okay, slowly getting better, then you're going to be slingshotted forward, okay? It's going to be coming at some point because we got sun, strength, and empowerment after that, okay? So you need to bring the sun and the strength to yourself, and you need to empower yourself to get through all this shit, okay? Yes, you have others around you that will help you, like friends and those sorts of things, but I feel like a lot of it is you stuck up here, okay? Now, the next two cards was Toxicity and Storm came out sideways like this. This is what you're going through right now because this is in reverse, all right? So, but it's past, present, and future. So I feel like you had a lot of toxicity and patterns of shit going on, pardon my language, and you're going through a really shitty storm and it's very unexpected. Every storm is different. If you look at nature, there's always like this gentle spring breeze rain kind of deal that's really nice and refreshing. And then there's like the hurricanes and tornadoes, and then there's like snow thunder, and then there's like snowstorms. But it can be like, again, the really nice, gentle, big flake snow that's really nice to see. Doesn't cause too much of a problem. But then there's like your blizzards and whiteouts and those sorts of things. You're going through a hell of a storm. It needs to let up soon. Okay? It's going to be letting up soon. Now, don't stay in this energy. Don't stay here. Everyone's storm is different. But I have a feeling that it's been ongoing for quite a while because they both came out together and they're both sideways. So again, you kind of need to figure out how to unchain yourself, break those chains, and I think they might be of your own making again because you're caught up here. Stop those negative patterns to break that storm that you're causing so that you can get this going, okay? Because you're causing yourself some disharmony and some triggers and some conflict, okay, within yourself. You're sabotaging yourself, okay? So this can go one of two ways. Excuse me. This is bottom of the deck, okay? So you can be stuck like this, okay? Look at how the image is, okay? So I think you're self-sabotaging, okay? So it can go like this. if you're staying on the pattern that you're going. Or it can go like this. You have your growth and the beautiful sunset or sunrise, however you put it. And this is going to happen probably in the summertime. This isn't going to be an overnight thing. This is going to take time. This is going to take energy. It's going to take you recognizing your negative patterns so that you can stop this from happening, so that you can have this, okay? I think that you're going to be stuck like this for a little bit, and then it's going to finally go, oh, and then click, and then this is going to happen, okay? Because you're in charge of yourself. But again, only you can stop the negative patterns. Only you can stop the negative thinking process and kind of go from there. But let me grab one more deck because I feel like we need one more deck. Okay, so for this one, you have the Phoenix. So this is about having that new phase, that rekindling, the renewal, the growth, the changed mind. I think that, again, is kind of, you need to rise from the ashes like a phoenix. So you are going to be evolving and kind of not leaving your old self behind, but acknowledging your old self and leaving that person in the past so that you can rise from the ashes. Cupid Zero is next. This is about having faith in yourself, having faith in those around you. And it's going to be kind of a surprise invitation of some sort. So I don't know if this is coming from someone else or if it's going to be coming from you. Ship is the next. Ship is about cutting those ties that no longer serve you. It's also about moving on and receiving what you need in progression and arriving. Okay? So you're going to be moving on because this is, I think, is going to be kind of your wake up call. And Keys on a Ring is about many options. You have a lot of options out there for you, but you're just stuck and you're just, again, you're blocking yourself because you don't know exactly what way to go, because your fear of the unknown is causing your mind to overanalyze and worst case scenario kind of deal, okay? So one step at a time, that's logical. And you got to treat yourself too, okay? Know your self-worth and your value, okay? And you need to take yourself, hold yourself accountable, but at the same time, this is about, it's a time to heal. Caution on the shadow work though, okay? But have that self-appreciation, okay? And acknowledge how far you actually have come. Even though you're having a lull right now, or I feel like you're having a lull right now, you are valued, okay, for what you do, okay? Separation came out in this card yet again, okay? So this is about either having sadness, there's bitterness going on, missing someone possibly. It's about you're uncertain about the future, so you're separating yourself from it, okay? Because you're worried about it. You need to stay grounded, but again, if you're on your side, cautious with the grounding, okay? You can only ground so much or else you're going to drive yourself in the ground. And then we have the Sword and Rose. These came out together. So the grounding is about having that stability and that security so that, again, you're just doing those baby steps so that you don't get yourself into trouble. But at the same time, you need to have that growth and have that endurance to push through it, or it's not going to happen at all, okay? The Sword and the Rose is about having that truth and that clarity so that you can have that revelation of seeing what is right and where to go, and having that determination and knowing in your heart that you can do it. So you can have that stability for yourself if you take that chance. Just, again, I'm not saying if you want to start a business, go out and spend $100,000 on the business. Start baby steps and then put money back into the business to grow it, okay? This is how this is kind of going, okay? So you have to honor and protect yourself, but at the same time, you need to take that leap of faith and have that growth and that endurance so that it is going to actually work out the way you want it to work out. Soulmates is on the bottom of this one. So this one is about some sort of life partner or some sort of soul connection that you have, whether it be a love interest of some sort or whether that be a friend, a family member, because soulmates come in all shapes and forms, okay? It could be an animal even, okay? It could be animal, person, or even an inanimate object if you really want to. But whoever this soulmate is, you have a contract with them, and I think that you talk to them quite a bit, and rely on what they're trying to tell you as well, because I think that they're going to really help you as well, okay? But make sure that you're not gaslighting yourself or anybody's gaslighting you, okay? I don't know why I'm saying that. That's very random, but know that you can do this. You just got to get out of here and get yourself unstuck somehow, and only you know how to do that. But pay attention to your dreams, start doing a dream journal, and seeing where the future takes you. But let me know how this resonates with you. Have an amazing day, and thank you again so much. And thank you, Rena, for making this possible. See ya.